What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. That thing you smell, that is not your house on fire. That is the server racks located at Panini America and Upper Deck. It has been a rough week for product drops across the two different companies. And I hope that this is something that our new overlords, Fanatics, coming in can maybe figure out a better way to do this. I shouldn't jinx myself because Bowman comes out later today, and though I do already have some, I don't know if I'll get any more or not from their product release today. We'll see how that goes. But generally speaking, I haven't had problems ordering new releases off of Topps and Fanatics' website when they go up. They sell out quick, but I have the capability to log on to the website and add it to the cart. For those not in the know, two different things kind of came out this week and kind of were plagued by similar issues. Though I think one company handled it a little bit better than another. Panini Monopoly, their blaster boxes came out today. I am recording this on Tuesday, so yesterday for you folks in the future. They came out Tuesday afternoon at noon. I kind of forgot this happened. I just happened to get in my car at noon and remembered and pulled it up and said, what the heck? I'll try to see if I could get a couple. And immediately was greeted by the unable to add to cart. We are experiencing a lot of business right now, yada, yada, yada. So I tried for a couple minutes, didn't get any, drove and got lunch. While I was eating lunch, I tried a couple other times, and then it was time for me to get back on the road. So then I just, I gave up. This was over the course of about a half an hour. I guess a little bit after that, they air quotes sold out, though I personally don't know of a breathing human being that added them to a cart. I assume these things got botted and gobbled up. Now, this has been an issue that has plagued Panini for a while. Back in the day, back in the olden times, when Prizm and other hobby product would come out, it would sell out near instantly and be plagued with stuff like this back in the peak times, long ago of the 2020s and 2021. Prizm hobby boxes would go up and you would deal with the same thing. The load is too much, can't handle it, this, that, whatever. And today, this is the first time we've kind of seen this for a while. The flippers are in full flip mode with Prizm Monopoly. Now, I don't know, honestly, if people genuinely like this product. I am sure some people do. If the hype around it is because people like it, or if the hype around it is because they can make $20 bills off of it. My gut tells me it's more the latter. I'm sure there are some people that genuinely enjoy this product, but I think most of this demand at this point is driven by pure, unadulterated greed. As Gordon Gecko says, it is good. So that was an absolute mess for anyone actually trying to get this product that wanted to just open them. I am sure piles of this will show up on breakers' websites and Blowout and all the other usual suspects. I'm sure that they got their case orders in just fine. We'll see kind of what crops up after the fact. An interesting thing about this little side tangent. If you click the product checklist button there, now whether this is accurate or not, I don't know. It is not the same checklist from the ones that were at Target. So I don't know if this is going to be a full... When you click that, it pulls up a full Prizm checklist. So I don't know if this Monopoly Prizm is going to have the full Prizm checklist. If that's the case, that honestly sucks a lot of the wind out of the sales of this product. I think a lot of people liked it because the checklist was short and you were usually hitting actual players that you wanted to hit, even if they were non-rookies. You weren't hitting Brad Doherty's. No offense to former Cavalier great. So I will be interested to see how that plays out. It could just be that they linked the wrong checklist. I wouldn't put anything past them. But long story short, they have never been able to figure out the botting issue and product drop issue. It led to them creating the Dutch auction thing, which is a whole other bag of cats amongst itself. So that was number one. This one up, air quotes, sold out. But like I said, I don't know anyone that actually carted one of these and hit checkout. If you did, feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you tried for this and were actually able to give Panini your money for this product. The other one that this went sideways on this week was Upper Deck E-Pack. For those that aren't in the know, in the Marvel card world, they have something called Unbound. Unbound is a kind of an on-demand set to a degree. It releases weekly. There's base cards, there's numbered cards, there's parallels, there's autographs, there's sketches of all the entire card. The set is usually based around one particular artist. And each week, every Monday, they do a release at noon for whatever the character of the week is. You buy a pack, you are guaranteed at least the base card of that, and then sometimes you get the extra parallels and stuff. That's basically the gist of it. A lot of people try to collect the full set, and then some people come in for specific characters. This week's was my girl Ghost Spider / Spider Gwen / Gwen Stacy. She is one of probably the most collectible characters outside of Spider-Man when it comes to Marvel cards. Her stuff is always very, very popular. She's not, I'd put Spider-Man #1. She is definitely in the top 5, if not 2 or 3, right up there with Wolverine and Spider-Man. She's extremely popular. Her stuff always sells really well. Very, very popular character. This was brewing for a disaster right from the get. Upper Deck E-Pack servers are not the best on a good day. On a normal release, they handle it fine. On a popular character, there are definitely some issues, like when Spider-Man comes up or Wolverine comes up or any of the other really, really hot characters comes up. It has been known to cause issues. I personally, and maybe this is just, I don't typically chase Unbound. I really don't, though I was intrigued by this one because it was Ghost Spider. I had made the conscious decision because I know how this usually goes. It's typically a frustrating process to try to purchase. I just went with the, you know what, if something looks cool, I will just go out on the secondary market and buy it in like a week and not deal with the headache surrounding this. Well, noon, I believe this is a noon launch. When it launched, the site crashed immediately. I know some people got packs in the carts, but then it logged them out and they couldn't log back in again. All the normal shenanigans that you find with hot e-commerce drops, as the kids say. So I will give Upper Deck credit here. They just canceled the drop. As soon as this thing went sideways and it was pretty apparent that no one was going to get anything, they actually postponed it. Now, I don't know what they're going to do to rectify this. They have not yet announced when this is going to go back up again, but they just basically called a timeout. I don't think anyone ever actually bought. I think according to them, none of these actually sold. It went on permahold. So they essentially pulled the site down and said, okay, let's reset here and figure this out. I am guessing they probably got murdered with bot activity and yanked it. So I will give them a lot of credit for, as soon as it went sideways, they were basically like, okay, let's just stop and reset this thing. On the flip side of that, where I will not give them credit, is we all saw this coming. And this has been an ongoing problem for a while and something that they haven't really, at least publicly facing, done much with because these issues continue to persist. So across 2 of the major companies this week, they had hot product drops and they both kind of caused different situations. I really hope that when Fanatics comes in and takes over, that they could come up with a better system for this stuff. I don't know that you need it on every single release. You clearly don't. Once again, on the top side of things, generally speaking, I have not had too much of an issue. Now, they don't tell you when products are going up. It's usually in the afternoon, 11, 12, 1 o'clock Eastern. So if you know that it's that day's release and it's something you really want, you know to be around the computer and you could typically check out with what you want. Some of the Sapphire releases get a little spicy, but generally speaking, you can make it happen. But I do think and I do hope that they implement something mostly for anti-botting tech. I really hate the bots. I really do. I think they are a plague, and the retailers need to figure something out to combat them as much as humanly possible, whether it's a queuing system or whatever the case might be. All jokes aside, it's fun to kick Top Shot while they're down. NBA Top Shot at the beginning was a disaster for their product drops. Right before I stopped buying stuff on Top Shot, I actually thought they kind of figured out a decent system. You essentially just entered a queue, it popped up and told you what number you were in the queue, much like the PSA system, actually, when they were doing limited releases, when they were first coming back up online. Same situation there. You entered a queue phase, and it would let you know where you kind of stood in line. You would watch it tick down, and then it would pop up, and then you would have your ability to, in PSA's case, enter the system to submit your cards to grade, or on the Top Shot, you would have the opportunity to buy your pack. I think on hot releases, I would like to see something like that. I don't understand why Panini doesn't have something like that in place already for stuff like this. And I don't understand why Upper Deck doesn't have something in place like this for e-pack. And I'm not saying you need to run it out there for every single drop, but the ones that are going to be popular. On Unbound, if you put up one of the top 5 to 10 characters, it's probably going to crash things and people are going to get mad. At least then everyone kind of has their place. Sure, maybe you draw a bad number. Sometimes it happened during the PSA drops for me. Sometimes you draw a good number and you get through. But it's a lot better than just sitting there clicking add to cart, error, 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 and you just want to punch someone in the face. So is it a perfect solution? No, but I just think that there's better ways to handle it than the current ones in place now. And like I said, hopefully Fanatics can put something in place for if they do have a product like this or something similar that is air quotes hot and everyone wants to get it, that they have some sort of thing in place to help limit or ease the access, the load, whatever you want to call it on the website, to just basically allow everyone to have a chance. I think that's all anyone really wants, is just a fair shot at it. And to be quite frank, on stuff like this, if you don't have a bot, you basically don't have a fair shot at it. You really don't. Unless you're just extremely lucky. So, something I'd like to see Fanatics fix, and something I would like to see Upper Deck and Panini still fix, as long as they are both have online shops. That's all I got for you, boys and girls, today. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.